What's up, guys? So in today's video we're going to be having a look at Cardano. Under a dollar, as you guys can see, traded at 83 cents, and if it could potentially go back to 20 cents, we're going to be having a look at a technical analysis. Very crazy. And can Bitcoin go down back to $20,000? We have big news and a big view happening right here on the weekly time frame. Can Bitcoin potentially come back down $20,000? Let's have a look. Starting off with the moving averages on the weekly time frame. So the last time we saw Bitcoin make a 50% swing right here in the last bull market, 50% over, was when the 20 moving average flipped and went over the 50 moving average, essentially, which is the yellow. The 50 moving average is the yellow, the red is the 20 moving average. Now we're pretty much seeing it over again right here. We're seeing the 20 moving average, which crossed over last week, over the 50 moving average. The question is, and getting rejected. Okay, so we went up a little bit, as you guys can see, and we got rejected. Now we saw a 50% dump when this happened. Can we potentially see a 50% dump right here? Assuming that this happens, a 50% dump would be approximately $20,000, which is our previous all-time high in the last bear market, which was in 2017, 2018. So the main question is can we see Bitcoin essentially come back down? And I'm not saying we're gonna stay down at 20,000, but essentially have a nice little wick, and then essentially maybe stay above, you know, $25,000-$30,000, which would be pretty good. But as of right now, guys, Bitcoin isn't looking too great. I mean, if I have a look at the EMA ribbons, Bitcoin is not looking, you know, too well right now. Not only are we below this this trend, which is very important. We know the trend is your friend, but we also got rejected right here at the EMA ribbon, exponential moving average on the daily time frame, which is pretty big. We know that every time we are above the EMA ribbon, we're usually pretty bullish, and every time we're below it, we're bearish. So that being said, I mean, ever since this break right here on the 27th of December, we flipped essentially bearish. The trend is towards the downside. There's no question. We broke this trend line right here. We had a few hits on it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And in my opinion, our target should be $30,000. I do have a short on Bitcoin open right now. Of course, it's not financial advice. You go do, if you want to press the button and short Bitcoin, go ahead and do it. I'm just you know, risking. Of course, I have a stop loss in and a stop profit, so even if it goes up a little bit, then I will go out with a win, so all is good. And that's about it. Having a look on the daily time frame, also nothing too crazy to see over here. We had a nice little beautiful rejection yesterday, actually, before we had that crazy dump. We peaked a little bit, boom, nice little hammer, came back down, and now we're just wandering around this region. We got a nice little rejection at this resistance right here. I could actually bring down a little bit more. We had a wick right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, came back up, had a nice little rejection. Now we're back down. Nothing too crazy to see over here as well. Let's have a look at Cardano ADA real quick. I mean, this coin is big. We've been trending, we've been dumping. Let's see what we can do with Cardano starting on the daily time frame. So Cardano is pretty big on the daily time frame, and I do have this line right here at 17 cents, and the reason why that is because of the support. But I'm really thinking we're gonna come back down to 40, not really 20 cents. I know I said 20 cents at the beginning of the video. I don't think we're gonna come back down to 20 cents, but 40 cents would be essentially a 50% drop also. Now, assuming Bitcoin does drop 50%, Cardano is most likely gonna drop 60, even 70%. That's just how it is, right? And that would be essentially 24 cents, but we're gonna have to see where this goes. And once again, guys, that doesn't mean we're gonna, you know, drop and consolidate for like a year like we did in the last bear market. I think this is gonna be very fast. I think we have another 6 more months before this bear market ends. At least guys, at least 6 more months, and then after that we're gonna have another accumulation and consolidation phase before having in the next bull market in maybe 2023, 2024. But that being said, let's have a look. I mean, on Cardano we had a few this was a pretty big support right here, which we broke. So the next time we come back and retest that, it's going to be very hard, because as you guys know, every time we flip a resistance, that resistance becomes support, and when we flip and go below the support, that support becomes resistance. So all of this right here is becoming resistance. All of this right here is becoming resistance, and that's why it's extremely important for Cardano right now, because things could be bad. Things could be very bearish. I mean, Cardano isn't looking too great right now. we could double bottom right here and get rejected. I mean, we do have some sign of hope right here, but other than that, we've just been in a downtrend. I mean, ever since this peak right here in September. In September, we've been in a downtrend. We also had a bearish divergence right here. If I pull it up on the weekly time frame, we had a nice little bearish divergence, as you guys can see. Right here, this was the bearish divergence. We had a higher high and a higher low on the RSI, which makes it a bearish divergence, which led to this nice crazy dump. And of course, Bitcoin accelerated everything. I mean, we know Bitcoin's king. There's no question about that. When Bitcoin dumps, all their altcoins are dumping. And as you guys can see, Bitcoin is down a little bit, about 1% since I started, a little bit less, about 0.8, 0.7% ever since I started this video. So Bitcoin is dumping as I'm speaking right now. If we have a look back to Bitcoin on the 30 and then Cardano also on the 30-minute time frame, we could see that Bitcoin is dumping right now as I'm speaking, actually. So we saw these three candles. I mean, they were pretty bearish. We saw a lot of selling momentum, a lot of sell pressure, and it was the candles weren't full. It wasn't coming to you know, it was just a little bit confused. This right here was just a fake pump, just a relief from what happened yesterday. But I do have a take profit right here actually on Bitcoin, 38,500. And that's about it. Let's see if we're going to reach that. Of course, this is the Bart Simpson pattern. Very funny pattern right here. As you guys can see, boom, coming back down. But this is it, guys. I mean, if you guys like this video, of course, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video tomorrow.